All right, happy Monday, sports board game enthusiast Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming, and we are back with our newest homebrewed Gridzone team, the USC Trojans. And the Trojans today welcome the Notre Dame Fighting Irish to the LA Coliseum in a matchup that really does not look that close on paper. The Trojans finished 5-1 in 2020, but had a really anemic rushing offense and weren't particularly good. Maybe average on defense. So Notre Dame stacks up a little bit better in this game. So we are expecting, I'm predicting a 13 to 14 point Irish victory. We'll see how that plays out, but we are ready to go. And USC will start this one off, as Keaton Slovis leads the Trojans up to the line. Notre Dame has a power factor of 10-9, meaning on a roll of 1 on the yellow die, Notre Dame will get the additional power die. We're going to go straight to the event chart, and that is going to be a flag on the defense, a major 2-point penalty against Notre Dame to start the game off. So USC immediately gets into the scoring column. Ball in zone number 2, and the Trojans are going to come out with a pass play, and it's going to be against an X defense. And a roll of 3, so that should bode well for the Fighting Irish. Pass level D-line greater than O-line. Notre Dame's D-line pass level is a 3, and USC's pass level for the O-line is a 5. That is the one area where they are strong. So that's going to be a 1-point completion to the star wide receiver. And that's going to go Slovis to St. Brown as USC. Starting this game off with a nice little drive going, moving methodically at this point down the field. Slovis brings the team up, barks the signals, and it's going to be yet another pass play against an X defense and the exact same results. That's going to be another 1-yard gain. So for the Fighting Irish, it's the Trojans, St. Brown, with the first 2 yards gained of this contest on consecutive back-to-back plays. And Slovis brings the team up, or Slovis team up again. This is going to be an X play against a run defense. And against the run defense on a roll of 5, low roll should benefit Notre Dame here. X level of star DB greater than star wide receiver, incomplete. And for the Trojans, of course, Amon-Ra St. Brown is a 1 with an X level. And for the Fighting Irish, Kyle Hamilton is a 2, and that's going to be an incomplete play. And USC is going to be stopped after getting 4 points on their opening drive. So the Trojans take a 4-0 lead in this Gridzone battle. First time they have appeared on the table. And again, these are my homebrewed college teams that go with Gary Brown's great football simulation Gridzone, which can be purchased at Stone Mountain Press. As Irish are ready to go, and they're going to get the extra power die, and that's a benefit to them, barely though, a 3, as this is going to be a run play against a pass defense. And on a roll of 3, run play against a pass defense, it's going to be a run level of diamond D-line greater than quarterback, disruption in the backfield. So for USC, again, and not extremely strong on defense, Tui Pelotu. Of course, USC with lots of Tongan and Samoan names. I actually played football with a lot of Tongans and Samoans. So some of the names I'm good at, some I am not. But anyway, Tuipulotu is a 1. And quarterback for Notre Dame, Ian Book, is also a 1. So that's not going to be difference at all. That's going to be a 1-yard gain for the Fighting Irish, as Kyron Williams gets a yard on that. So Notre Dame progresses ahead and gets a point on its very first play as Book leads Fighting Irish back up the line of scrimmage, barks the signals, here we go. And get this out of there. And we're going to have a pass play against a run defense and a roll of 12. That's going to be good for the Fighting Irish. Wide receiver pass level, and this is star wide receiver, which for the Fighting Irish is Javon McKinley, and he has a pass level of 1. That's going to be a 3-yard gain. So Notre Dame has come back and tied the score early in this one. So 3-yard gain there as Notre Dame in business on their first possession of the game. And play call is going to be a run play against a run defense. USC is ready for them and a roll of 7. Home team, 1-point gain on a crisp draw play, and Notre Dame is the visiting team. And getting stuffed in a hole is Kyron Williams. And coming up to make a stellar play there is Drake Jackson. So Notre Dame's first possession comes to a screeching halt. We are tied 4-4 in this one early. And it's going to be USC. And again, I thought Trojans would be 12 to 14 point underdogs in this one, but holding their own so far. As Slovis brings the Trojans up second possession, and we are going to the event chart 10. On the offense, that is going to be a 1-yard penalty, and that places them basically at the half-yard line. So you're seeing a bit of hole early, and hey, what's up, Ron? Welcome. Yeah, Gridzone's a really fun game, really quick game to play, and Matt Steeler fan. You're rooting for the Irish. Welcome, guys. And Notre Dame is actually going to get the power die here. The initial roll is a 7 and a 2. That's going to benefit the Fighting Irish as we have a pass call against an X defense. And pass call against an X defense, roll of 2. Pass level of the quarterback greater than star D line, and Keaton Slovis is a 2. Star D lineman for the Irish. Ugandiji is also a 2. So that is going to be an issue as it's going to be a roll for a potential interception. And that is indeed picked off, and we are going to see where that goes down the field. Interception, and that is going to be 2 zones down, and we will go to the return table and a roll of 8, and that's going to be a 2-point return. So almost back to the area of a safety, but that's going to snuff the USC drive out. And that will be no points scored as Notre Dame now takes over. And Fighting Irish now will look to resume control of this one. As Ian Book's got the play, brings the Irish up the line of scrimmage. Here we go. And that's going to be a X play against a pass defense, roll of 2. And roll of 2, and that's going to be star linebacker greater than star running back. Crushing loss and a fumble. So star linebacker for the Fighting Irish is Mwaga, and he is indeed X level of actually only 1. And for the Fighting Irish, X level of Kyron Williams is a 2, so that's not going to be the case. And it's going to be either a no gain or a gain of 1. And Williams is able to fight through and grind a tough yard out of that despite the crushing hit. So Notre Dame avoids a turnover, and they are ready to go. We are moving up on the halfway point of this game quickly. Low scoring affair thus far. And we have a 5. That's going to be a pass play against a pass defense. And Notre Dame playing conservatively, a roll of 11 on the die. Pass level at QB greater than a diamond D lineman, and diamond D lineman for the Trojans. Again, Tuli Tuipulotu is a 1, and Ian Book is a 2. It's going to be complete to the star wide receiver, 1d6 plus 3, and it's going to be a huge play for the Irish, a 7-zone gain down to zone number 8. So Notre Dame knocking on the door for our first touchdown to zone, count for 14 points. And Al Red Sox fan has joined us at the stadium here at the LA Coliseum as Notre Dame set to take the lead, actually have the lead, but set to punctuate this drive. And we are going to the X chart instead, or the event chart. Flag a minor penalty on the team with the lesser power factor. So that's going to gain yet another yard for the Irish down to zone number 1. And USC not able to catch a break on this drive with Notre Dame as they are knocking on the door. Slovis brings the Trojans up to the line, barks out the signals, and here we go. It's going to be a run play against a run defense, roll of 9. And run level of star running back greater than star DB, and that is easily going to be the case as Kyron Williams, actually he is a 1. Hold on a minute. Hufanga for USC is actually a 1 too, so never mind. Gain of 1, that is still going to be enough to punch it into the end zone though. Notre Dame with a touchdown and a 14-point swing for the Irish. They now lead this 18-4. And Kyron Williams thus far is good for 100 yards at this point of the game. As we are past the halfway point, USC needs a good drive here to remain alive in this one and bring the team up to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a pass call against a run defense and a roll of 2, though. Pass level of diamond D line greater than diamond O line. That's going to be a sack. And diamond D line for the Irish is a 0. Diamond O line for the Trojans. And Brett Nealon actually has a 1, so he's able to avoid that. And now we have a potential incomplete or no gain. 1-3 is incomplete, and 4-6, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. So USC desperately needed a drive here, and instead they are stopped. And Notre Dame is going to get the ball right back and a chance to put the dagger in this one. Book brings the Irish up and barks out the signals. We're going to have a run against run and a roll of 11. Notre Dame getting the benefit of the good dice rolls on the 1d12 here. And 11 is going to be a run level star running back greater than star linebacker, gain of 4. Kyron Williams is a 1. And for the Trojans, star linebacker, Kanai Moaga is a 2, so he's going to win that battle. It's still going to be a gain of 2 on a good hustle play by Moaga. And again, the benefit of those high rolls as Notre Dame, sticking to a punishing ground game, extends their lead over the Trojans as Book breaks the Irish out of the huddle. We're going to have a run play against a pass defense and another stellar roll for the Irish. Roll of 11 and run level diamond D line greater than diamond running back, gain of 1 as the defender prevents a huge play. And we have a 1 by Tuli Tuipulotu. And diamond running back for the Irish. That's going to be Ian Book. They're going to be equal, and it's going to be a gain of 4 as Book bolts into the open field and a 4-zone run. So Notre Dame up to zone number 6, as that is Book's first official carry of the ball game. And once again, Notre Dame driving the ball. USC cannot catch a break. They're going to get one here, though, as it's going to be a pass play against a run defense, roll of 2. And pass level of diamond D line greater than a diamond O line. So diamond D line, Tui Pelotu is a 1, and diamond O line also a 1. So that's not going to happen, as we have another split result. And that's going to be incomplete. So the drive is stopped on the incomplete pass by Book. Neither team has gotten their passing offense off the ground, so to speak, today. But Notre Dame is going to get credit for 6 points, and they extend their lead to 24-4. USC needs to make some hay here as we move into the latter stages of the game. Slovic on the sideline, getting his last-minute advice. Brings the Trojans out, and we are ready to go. Notre Dame is going to get a benefit of the power die, and 3 is going to be the best roll on defense. So we have an X play against a pass defense, and roll of 3. X play against a pass defense and X level diamond D line greater than diamond running back. USC, the star and diamond running back are the same, Malapiu. And diamond linebacker for the Irish with an X level of 1 is Drew White, and 0. So that is indeed going to be the play. That's going to be a loss of 1 on the screen pass, and the runner stunned. So we're going to have a safety, as USC, after their opening drive, has just been stifled by the Irish. And stun token on the Notre Dame running back. Notre Dame is going to get the ball and take possession to start this due to the safety on the zone number 2. And we are ready to go. Notre Dame is going to get that bonus roll. And again, on offense, they're going to get the 11 on this. It's going to be a pass play against a run defense. Roll of 11, and quarterback pass level greater than a diamond D line, and Book is actually is a 2 throwing the ball. And diamond D line, again, that's Tui Pelotu. He's a 1. That's going to be a completion, and going to the star wide receiver, McKinney. And that'll be 1d6 plus 3. That could get it into the end zone, and 7. That's going to take it all the way down to zone number 9. So McKinney having a huge day for the Irish as Book brings the team up. Looking to punch the ball in here, and stuck. We'll roll it again. Same result. And 6, we go to the event chart. Power factor defense greater than offense, a technical minor. So power factor defense for USC is a 10, and Notre Dame is going to have the greater offense, or greater power factor, I should say. Otherwise, gain of 1, and that's going to be a touchdown. So Notre Dame, and we have a choice there to use the star running back or star wide receiver. We'll go ahead and stick with McKinney, who's having an excellent game. And another 14-point score for the Irish. And they now lead this one 38-4. They are punishing USC. And I thought they would win, not by this much, though, as USC gets the ball. And they're going to look to try and pull this one out of the fire. We're coming up on crunch time, though, only 3 plays away from crunch time, where Notre Dame will have a chance to run out the clock. USC 6, and they cannot buy any. Look, no gain, random defender. But the player is down and potential injury. So for the Irish, that random defender is going to be the diamond linebacker. And 1 to 3, he is injured. So all ratings for the diamond linebacker for Notre Dame now count as 0. But even worse for the Trojans, they are stymied and stopped once again, and that makes 4 consecutive drives with absolutely 0 points. Notre Dame, 2 plays away from crunch time, and they should be able to take control and run this clock out. Here we go, bringing them to line of scrimmage's book. It's going to be a run play against a pass defense. And roll of 5, run level of star running back greater than star DB, 2 points on an outside run. Hufanga is a 1, and Kyron Williams running the ball is also a 1, so that's not going to be the case, and that's going to be no gain. So USC steps up and makes a stop. And that is indeed that's a first stop, actually, but since the opening drive for USC, first time they've shut Notre Dame out on a drive. So USC is going to try and make it look a little bit more respectable than it has been. As here we go, it's going to be 1 play away from crunch time, too. So this will be our last play that is outside of crunch time. 2, we're going to have a run play against an X defense and a roll of 7. Run level of circle running back, and USC Malapayu is actually the star and diamond, and St. Brown is the circle. So that's going to be a 0, and instead that is going to be a gain of 1. But I guess USC has to be happy. That is their first point since the opening drive. We are in crunch time, and USC is going to go to hurry-up mode. Slovis bringing the Trojans up to the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be a pass play. Again, hurry-up mode pass play, and they're going to try and go deep. And this will come against a X defense, roll of 7. So pass level, combined pass level, quarterback and star wide receiver greater than 3. So Slovis and St. Brown, they have a combined pass level of 4. That's going to be a 5-point gain, gets them to zone number 6. So USC, it's going to be too little, but they are finally making some noise here, and that is now a total of 7 and 82 yards receiving for St. Brown. I need to fix my formulas on the spreadsheet. Slovis brings the Trojans back up to the line, and this time it's going to be another pass play. Actually, this will be an X play. Sorry, X play against a pass defense. Roll of 12. That's going to be good for the Trojans. And quarterback X level 0. Ian Book has an X level of 1. 1 or 2, that's going to be a 1d6 plus 3 to the star wide receiver. Regardless, that's going to get them into the end zone. So a gain of 4. And the Trojans strike back and make it a little bit more respectable here, 14 points. And that makes our score Notre Dame 38 and USC 14. Notre Dame, however, only has to run 1 more play. We are again in crunch time, and they're going to be able to run the clock out, unfortunately, for the Trojans, as Ian Book. As a play call, we are expecting a run here, and it is indeed going to be run against run defense and a roll of 8. And run level star linebacker greater than star running back, and Muaga for the Trojans is a 2, and Kyron Williams is a 1. And that is going to only be a gain of 1. That's going to be the final play of the ball game as Notre Dame runs out the clock and secures a 39-18 victory over the USC Trojans. And star of this game, really, for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish was their fine wide receiver, Javon McKinley. And he hauled in a couple of touchdowns. And on the day, had all over 190 yards receiving. So he was a one-man wrecking crew for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. So there you have it. We thought it would be a comfortable Notre Dame win, and they did indeed come through. A 21-point victory over the Trojans at the Coliseum. I want to thank everyone for joining us, guys. Hit that like button if you don't mind on the way out. Al Red Sox fan, check out that wonderful channel. Matt, thanks for joining. And Matt, also, too, I want to update you. I'm doing some rating on the high schools based off PowerPoints here. So I'm still formulating some teams based on that, but I still have some feedback coming for you. Again, thanks for stopping by. And our good friend RF Ron, thanks as well for stopping by, guys. Again, Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming. Check out this great game, Gridzone, available and created by Gary Brown, available at Stone Mountain Press. And again, it is a simulation of football, not an exact replication of the game, but a very fun, very quick game to play. And Gary's working on NFL teams. Actually, next up on the channel when I play this next, just want to share this. We have some 1968 NFL teams here. And these were created by my good friend Scott Long. Scott and I go back 20 years with sports simulations, and he sent these to me. This is a home-brewed AFL set that he created. And again, here you see the New York Jets with Joe Willie Namath, Oakland with Daryl LaMonica, Gene Upshaw, Jim Otto, Kansas City Chiefs, Len Dawson, Mike Garrett, and Otis Taylor. Houston with pretty much nobody. Pete Beathard is a known name. San Diego with John Hadle and, again, Bambi Lance Allworth. Miami has Bob Greasy, Jim Kick, Howard Twilley. Cincinnati is a very young team. A rookie, Bob Trumpy. John Stofa, not a very good quarterback. And Buffalo, another team that's probably going to struggle. And Denver with Marlon Briscoe and the great Floyd Little at running back. And finally, the Boston Patriots with Jim Nance, none other than Tom Sherman. And that's it. So we're going to get these guys on the table and see how they play out. That'll be fun to get another variant of Gridzone out there. So if you all have a great night, thanks for joining us. And we'll see you later. Take care, guys.